Well, hello to welcome to episode 35 of FPL Top Dogs Ballyhaunis, guys. And this is just special extra episode. Felt like doing something tonight. Got a video done, got a few things to talk about. Quite actually a bit, an awful lot of discussion and innuendo and intrigue for FPL fans of 22-23 next season. It's absolutely mind blowing some of the stuff that's carrying on, guys. Right, so where do we want to get? Well, first of all, we'll play video. We had a load of graphs. We got some good feedback from the guys, the top dogs. They love the graphs. I love the graphs as well. It just gives you an idea of the season and sort of the ups and downs. You just graphically, like, you just, oh, so that's kind of where it went right and wrong, and you can pinpoint, the differences where you finished each game week with your overall. It's just glad that bit of work is done. There's only 3 game weeks left, guys. Some teams have 5 games, like Everton and Villa. Some only have 2 left, like Man United. Some have loads of rotation, like Chelsea, Leicester, and possibly Liverpool as well. There's a lot of this talk about Konate playing for Liverpool, playing just the Champions League games and the Cups, and Konate, I think is how you say, and Matip only playing the Premier League games. That's true, like with the statistics, maybe. They don't lie, but is that the way it is? We'll see anyway in the last few games, see what Klopp does. All we know is Salah's been well rested down the right wing. So has TAA down the right wing against Newcastle, and there's thoughts that maybe the left wing will be rested the next day with Robinson and Mane. So how true that is, I don't know. But to Tsimikas, if he does come in, probably he's played mainly with Mane, so maybe Mane won't be rested if Tsimikas is coming in, because it's at least he's used to that. But sure, these are professional footballers, and I'm sure they can talk about overthinking it. In FPL, you can fall into the trap of overthinking it. I hate the overthink. It can drive you totally lula. So let's just get this shared. There's an awful lot on. Share the old screen. Okay. I think the best way to start this, first of all, we'll check to see how West Ham are in action. The semi-final after 18 minutes, it's 0-0. I wouldn't panic with West Ham. They just have to get that goal back, play sensible, and maybe the options will rise. But could it be a West Ham Rangers All British final in the Europa League? Who knows? Oh, and there's more stuff there. So it's just not many people own West Ham assets. But yeah, I'm sure Leicester are playing this as well. Yeah, so they're already 1-0 down there, so they're already up against it. Yeah, if they lose that thing, I think Leicester and Brendan Rodgers will definitely be all out to finish the season better. It's just one of them seasons. Spurs have many times got to quarterfinals, and they're riding the league kind of goes. I'm talking about 10 years ago. Martin Yall days, early Harry Redknapp days. Those sorts of days. AVB days. Getting pretty at the business end of the Europa League, and it ends nowhere. And that could be the case for West Ham and Leicester and maybe Rangers if things don't improve. It's just a bitter taste in the mouth. Look at Man City last night, with the crazy end. They were winning 1-0 and then they just pack it in. KDB was taken off after 72 minutes. Maybe I think Jack Grealish, did he come on? Got blamed. He's a scapegoat now, but Pep, I don't know why you'd be taking off Kevin De Bruyne, but yeah, talk about overthinking it. Pep is as guilty as any other, but look, they couldn't hold on for 18 minutes. So there you go. It's a bitter taste in the mouth there. And City better win the league now or they'll end up with nothing. But this is good for FPL fans now, I suppose. If you've got Man City assets, Cancelo should be. It's very hard to predict the end of the season, though. But City and Liverpool should be going hell for leather. So De Bruyne, Cancelo, Diaz is back now. Maybe there'll be a 3 back there with Laporte. You just don't know. Sterling's been so disappointing this season. Mahrez, it's just not a regular run in that team. He could be scoring every game, but he's not given the chance to do that. So the lack of goals in Europe has cost City there. They had chances with Grealish, so that's all. I'm just an observation. Any price rises or changes in the last little while? I'm worried about Jota going up because he's my pick at the minute. I'm not saying I'm going to get Jota in, but if you have no Salah or Mane, they're massive money. It's hard to have everyone. I've got Kane, Son, and it's nearly impossible to get your man in Salah or the likes since the African nations, since I let him go. Tierney, so not too much happening. Dyer's gone up for some reason. Dyer going up, and they've got Liverpool and Arsenal to come. My God. Conor Gallagher, I don't know why people must be just getting rid. He's good for a double game week, isn't he? In 37. Willock has been bits and pieces with. So some big moves have been going on here. You can just smell it. Okay, Alonso's gone up as well. These guys, they've all been sacrificed for probably people throwing in KDB now, or a straight swap maybe for Zaha. People are planning now. Who's been coming in, like for instance for Gameweek 36, which is our mega double game week. Okay, Jesus is all the rage. Richarlison. I'll talk a bit later. I love Richarlison. I had him in my first team for game week 1. I had Richarlison in there, and then injury, suspension, got rid, and then I got him back in. So that was good foresight to get him in. Everybody wants Richarlison, and he will be going up in price very soon. And Ketia, well, he does well, but I'm not so sure about that. So Alonso, Dennis now is back. I'll talk a bit more later about Dennis and about the psychology of FPL and my reaction to these crazy and maybe not so crazy, or depends on your perspective, possible rule changes to FPL next season. It's all over Twitter. There's loads of stuff about it. I don't like any of it, to be honest with you. I don't want anything to change. Heung-min Son has gone in. Is loads of people throwing him in there, nearly 60,000. Loads have got Nketiah. I'm not so sure about that. Really, okay. He's gone up on price for 5.4. He was. Jesus, everyone. He won't play all the games. Probably not. Schmeichel's all the rage now. Have him. I've gone without a loss of City attacking midfielders. Do I go all in? And I've gone without a lot of Liverpool, and I've been making strides. So let's see. It's just all about where you see your team and who, like with FPL, you say who. I'm not getting rid of Harry Kane. He's staying. Kulusevski's staying. He's the bargain of the century. Son can't get rid. So I'm heavily backing, Tottenham. Carlson not getting rid. Maddison, if he's out of Europe tonight, not getting rid. I have to check if he's actually playing in that game. That would be the one to do. Leicester. Yeah, there's the away goals don't count in Europe this season, so it's just. So let's have a look at this. Yeah, Schmeichel. Maddison is in, so he's fit. Vardy's back. With Vardy in the team is fine. Barnes has kind of gone off the boil. few people have got this Dewsbury Hall in. I think Fofana must be the most overrated defender in all of Christendom. Everyone the rages on about this guy. Look, man, handy enough. He's been clicking away with bits and pieces. When he comes on, he seems to do something. So that's a very good team. That's a full strength. Yeah, there will be a worry that Madison won't play the first of the doubles, but I'm hoping at least they'll get the Norwich game. So the substitution I'm thinking of at the moment is it's not crazy. I think Chalobah with Chelsea in the FA Cup. I think he'll get a game anyway. Was just get rid of Tarkowski for let's see now. No. No, I can't spell Mykolenko. Mykolenko is the Everton defender. He's a Ukrainian dude. He's 4.9. I can go for Seamus Coleman, of course. There he is. Mykolenko. Well, I was on the right track. Yeah, Mina is fine, but I'm worried about injury possibilities. And Mykolenko is playing all the games. He's Ukrainian, so I kind of I know it sounds crazy, but he's Ukrainian. I want to give him a chance. 90 minutes. He's chipping in with bits and pieces. Play that Chelsea game. I think he'd be first in the team sheet for Frank. So I just don't like Burnley. They're going to be playing Spurs soon. I'll have 3 Spurs, and I will not want to be hoping that Burnley get a clean sheet against Tottenham. To be honest with you, I'm not too Tottenham way. So that Villa game, with Watkins and Coutinho. So they got 2 Villa games there. That's interesting. Crazy. I haven't seen that for a long time. Newcastle at home. Okay, that might be good. Might be a mistake to get rid, but he is a double game week player. I could swing just getting rid of Chalobah and then getting in Mykolenko. But it just means that I can get Mings in either as well. So it's going to be pretty basic this week. Not many surprises. I'm just going to let it roll. I don't think there's much chance of Chalobah playing 2 games, and that's what it's all about. And I got 2 free transfers this week, so I don't want to lose a transfer. I want to have 2 for Gameweek 37, and then I'll flood maybe I'll put another Villa in there somewhere. Yeah, Chelsea are doubling this week. That's a worry. Anyone who's got Chelsea assets, okay, fair enough, great. But will they all start the games? It won't matter if Reece James scores, a 19-point haul or something, and then that's fine. He doesn't have to start the other game. But that's the way I like it. I got my bench boost left, so I just want to. So I'm still a little bit 50-50, but it's nothing crazy. I'm keeping everybody. I like Tony just for. Is the end of season fixtures. I like Leeds at home. He's got 2 home games. There's a feel good factor at Brighton. So I'm just going to leave it at that, and let's go to the video. Well, first of all, apologies to Messi. Well, you know, I have to change that thing to 2022, guys, unfortunately, for Mayo fans, 2022. So forget about that. Yeah, this is the picture I alluded to this last episode. Parker 1, 2017, John Kelly 15-16, myself for 14, Duncan Hannon here, 2018, Christy Kilcourse here, 2019, myself 2020, and Joey Neenan 2021. So we're waiting for 22, and in here is Face Man. It's just such a crazy celebration, you know. Yeah, you can see he's having a good time, and the Guru Killer in the back. So it's just something just to throw in at the back end here of the video. Why not? And hopefully, who's going to join them? Is it going to be Steve Stretford Nolan or Connor Hussmeister Hussey or Joy? Starman and myself are floating about the play. Don't feel I have any hope of breaching the gap. But look, Gameweek 36 is a crazy one. Let's see. I threw in the Veltman thing, 4.2. If I'm have a wall behind me with players and stuff, I think Veltman, yeah, there is a case as well, you know. Bamford would be on the wall, of course. He's done an awful lot. I backed him early last season. Well, you know, I was having such a terrible season. I got him in early-ish enough after 9 game weeks, and he started bombing it and doing well. But Veltman's been unbelievable, a 4.2. You don't expect much from, you know, the make-weight side, but he's a regular in the Brighton team. They're getting clean sheets like hell. He's been heavily involved. He's getting little bits of bonus points here and there. Out of 13 game weeks, I got him in for Luke Ayling from Leeds in game week 23 after a wild card. And ever since, he's played 13. Well, he's been involved in 13 game weeks. From 4 of them, I started them twice, and from 2 subbed in. That's 4 games. He's got 21 points. He did get 0 in one of them games, so it's kind of like 21 points from 3, and 2 of them subbed in with a 7 and a 6. So this is brilliant. I've really 14 points from 6. So 6 he's been unsubbed and only 14 on the bench. So really pound for pound, really good. 3 he had no fixtures. So that's 10 game weeks really. Brighton no fixtures there. One of them I had a free hit, and I took him out of my team to do a free hit. And that free hit week he only scored 1 point. So I've really hit it really well. And the Oracle, Mark Phillips, said, "Oh, Vinny, I cannot believe you've got Veltman to come off the bench." Yeah. And ever since, you know, I've been flying up that table, and he's a bit of a mascot for me now, this Veltman dude. And I just don't think I can get rid. Would it be a bad luck thing? So just wanted to highlight Velts. Yeah, I've known Mo Salah. Some people have Mane. It's time to start thinking about Jota. Maybe if you've got Salah, you don't need Jota. Maybe you're trying to get KDB in there. Maybe you want to fit Son in there and have and then Nketiah up front, like everybody's been getting in Nketiah. But it's nearly impossible. You cannot get 4 premiums in your team. So for people like myself, if you don't have Salah, everyone in the top 10 of the Christy Nicholson, they have Salah. But many a game week, the differential to do very well in the FPL was not to have Salah, and it can be a massive winner. And so far, I've not been killed, but he will destroy me one week like he did against United, and he got that 19 points, 2 goals and assist. So I'm looking at Jota and considering. I said I didn't want to throw anything, but if it would mean getting rid of Kane and somebody else like Madison and throw him in. But I'm a great believer, if it's not broke, don't fix it. So I am willing to kind of let things ride a bit, because Liverpool are in the Champions League final. They can rotate. So I know Salah has had his rotation, and he's been mooted to saying he wants to score 40 goals now until the end of the season. Well, let's kind of send chills down our spine, but he's mainly pushed out on the right. I know he's always there, but anyway, that's just a consideration. I am thinking about Jota. He's one to watch. Defo. I might throw him in. I think Liverpool have the double game week against Spurs and Villa. He could do well against Spurs. I have a funny feeling Jota has no fear of Spurs. I can see him scoring against Spurs, a bloody header or something. 2 headers, unmarked. That's where we are. This season, Spurs have been dreadful from set pieces and corners and free kicks. So Liverpool will know all about this. So 8.3, good, still good value. Jota, did he drop from 8.5? Well, yeah, Richarlison. If you don't have, if you don't have him, a lot of people have Watkins, and Lowe's now, as you see, nearly 190,000 have gotten Jesus, 150,000. Massive amount of managers have gotten Jesus now, so they're not getting in Richarlison. I think he's phenomenal value. I love Everton's 2 fixtures of playing Norwich and Crystal Palace, and they're playing Burnley away. I know they got the first 2 games they have this game week are away, and then in 37. I'm not sure if they have them both at home. They have Palace at home anyway. But yeah, I'm just going to back Everton to stay up, and I'm just going to hope and pray. It's a bit risky captaining the likes of Richarlison in a way, because he can blow up literally, like that flare he's got in his hand. It looks like a mic or something, and he's about to sing a song in the background of the smoke, but it looks like he'll only get a fine and he won't be suspended. Apparently he just threw it into an empty section, but whatever. I'm just happy. I've made some good calls here, so everybody wants him. So I'm a bit irked, especially Andy from FPL Top Dogs. You'll see him now get Richarlison in. It's just, it's like watching him is like 2 weeks behind, sometimes. Right, so Hall Min Son, Hong Min Son, so Hall, so he hauled the 19 points. Look, yeah, that was a great left-footed shot, but this was it. 80 points for myself, and the next challenger was 64. Shane Joe Braid, 61s, and that was the best of the lot. The last game week was just devastating, and I've made it between 30 to 40 points on the top, just in one fell swoop of sticking to Son and giving them another chance after Brentford. And that's sometimes in FPL you have to do. It doesn't have to be a Spurs player, but any player that sometimes you have to stick by them, and faith is rewarded. But he apparently he's been, his conversion rate of scoring goals is like about 54% in the last 6 games, and Kane's is like 5. I got this stat off Black Box FPL, a guy called Az and Mark, and also other people have been alluding to that, Az and Gianni. I like those Scout boys. They do all the statistics, everything you want. I recommend Black Box, and you'll get all the stats of expected goal, the minutes they played, conversion rate, and goal scored, and they have the whole shebang. I don't really. It just drives me blind. Trying to figure out stats. I don't enjoy the game if it's like that. But some people, they want to get an edge, and I'm not that avid, to be totally so. Yeah, Stephen Stretford Nolan, just a round of applause there for at least a game week 34 and 5. He's top dog for the week. I think game week 33, Joey Neenan played his free hit, and he went above Stretford with about 8 or 6 points in game week 33. Then Joey Neenan played his wild card in 34, and it was Anis Horribilis wild card. It probably set him up, for game week 37. I know, but that wild card, it helped Stret. See, when you got no chips or no Stret, you're thinking your feet. You let go a bit. You have to take a risk. You have to think outside the box. Whereas if you're protecting your position and you've got your strategy and your chips, you're waiting for this moment and that moment in the game week. Whereas if you got nothing, well, basically, you know, you can really think and run on your feet and you're more on it. So the Stratford's back again for 2 game weeks, and let's see, will he be there, still standing, the last man standing in game week 38? Not anything if Connor number 5, Hussmeister, Hussey does anything to go by it, but so Joy. So it's really shaping a great end of the season, and they're very exciting. So congrats. These are just the guys. Yeah, I threw in I threw in Connor there. And I threw in, Joey Commando's got to be in there. I had to I'm fitting in new people, more people every day. Not much more space now. I'm hoping Snowman and the Hitman will be back to their normal best. Faceman back to his normal. Well, he had that amazing season. But for this season, myself, the Oracle, Starman, Stret, especially Stret this season. Commando, normal. Guru Killer is more of a scalp. He takes scalps and he celebrates the week. You know, I'm always worried when I have to play him in the King of the Travelers. Connor now's the new kid on the block. Totally blew us all away. And the experience of knowing and learning this season, it'd be a massive stead. We pointed to his bench options and to be more clever about them in the future. And he'll do more. And the Sniper and Morgan Lyons. Very, very good start and kind of middle of the season for Morgan, but just faded away a little bit. I hope he can get back. And that's the video done. Oh yeah, so yeah, it would have been handy if I kept that video up there, because there's something I want to do now. The reaction. I think everybody kind of knows what they're doing with their teams and what they have to. We just have to keep an eye out for injuries and stuff like that. So I'm not going to make any transfer yet, whether I'm going to go Tokalula to get Jota in, take Kane out. I just don't think there's any need to get rid of Kane when you've got Norwich away and the fixtures. So I think they're set and forget for me. It's just a matter of, well, should I captain Carlson? So we'll all have to go our own way. I'm playing it by the fixtures. If I I'm going to let it go stress-free. Got 3 games, and yeah, this is it. Only 3 game weeks left, and it's pretty straightforward now. So this is the future changes to FPL. This is what I want to highlight. This is the main crux of the video. Right, a lot of FPL managers have been quitting the game. You know, we have over 9 million players from all over the world, right? Every nook and cranny of the world. And I particularly think it's because a lot of people, they have no patience. They want a quick fix. They play their wild card too soon. They're just looking for a bit of excitement. For instance, Tottenham or Liverpool are playing on Sunday, and you want to captain that player because, you know, and he could be playing Arsenal, but you just want the excitement and the thrill and the buzz. You have to forego all that stuff and actually keep in the moment and outside the hype and the adrenaline. A lot of poor players, they play the chips too quickly. They get disillusioned. They crack under maybe the pressure, the expectation, because it's massively competitive, especially in that top 10K. I'm not saying at the beginning so much, because first 9 game weeks of the season, you can make up for that. People are just adjusting. They still haven't got a proper clear plan of what they're doing. There's still a loss. They have maybe 2 international breaks. There's a lot of, the problem with the FPL season is 4 of these massive international breaks, and it's very stuttery. And it's not until you get to that February bit, March, when those things are finished. You need to position yourself in the right position and keep what chips you can to the end. I've always done it. Every season, I've always had my bench boost or trip cap was always, I have the free hit and the wild cards all done and dusted. At least by game week 30, and always like to have something at the end, be it a trip cap or a bench boost. This year, I'll have a bench boost for game week 36. And I'm hoping to rip it, and that'll be the final, and then see if I can hold on to that overall. I'm like 192,000 in the world at the minute now. I've cracked the 200. I'm hoping that that I no expectation to get the top 100K, but my God, that would be some season. I would be really happy with that. So like the players, what I'm saying is that people get disillusioned, and the FPL, they're looking for ways. How do we keep these people? How can we keep people interested? What can we do to make it more exciting and make people more happier and all this stuff? So they're thinking about changing a lot of things. So, you know, we'll say that not a casual player, but a part-time player to get their team in. It's really an indictment on the person. Like the top dog people, our family here, we have been kept on it every week. We have rarely missed a deadline. We're honest. We encourage each other, and we share each other's teams on the WhatsApp group. And I share what I can on this podcast. So we're keeping it involved, and you know, we're kind of a community in ourselves, you know, trying to get through this stuff. But a lot of the other managers, we say casual players that pop in now and again, that's their own fault for doing that. You know, this is FPL, this is points. If you're just going to be casual about it, why are you just? I think it's the wrong way around. The FPL have got this. I don't think they should be pandering to the massive community who want more chips, and they want more this, and they want more leeway on deadlines. They want more leeway in this. You give someone an inch, they take a mile. It's human nature, and I just don't want FPL totally destroyed. Now this year we saw the adoption of a double free hit. Now I think it's fair enough because of the upheaval of COVID. But when we get back to a normal season, I only want to have a free hit, a triple captain, and a bench boost. I love the bench boost. That's my favorite chip out of the whole lot. I think the triple captain is one of the almost overrated. Although like that Salah trip cap was obvious, but everybody had at Salah trip cap. It was basically null and void, and all it's done is increase everyone's general FPL points more. Like I'm going to probably end up, I'm about 22,210 points. I don't know, but I'm definitely going to be well over the 23. When I won this thing 2 years ago, I had 2305 or 2300 points on the nose. I'm going to be well past that. Last year I was well past that, and this year I fancy it could be 2400. It's just getting more and more. So you're not really making anything. I'm not so sure. I think the bench boost can be more a differential if you were paying close attention. I mean, maybe had a bit of luck with the bench fodder, but if you got a good, I like to have a solid bench fodder. I don't believe in fodder on the bench. There's no such thing of fodder on the bench. I want this. You've had your Shane Duffys, you had your Simicasses, you know, you've had Amatri now and Veltman at 4.2. You've had Livramento. All those guys could have been first teamers. And Foster 4.1. There's no bench fodder anywhere. Why you're going to get a 3.8 dude from Southampton that's, you know, Coombs guy or whatever, or Chambers or whoever it is that's not playing, just so you can free up something. Maybe at the beginning, yeah, maybe for the until you get some of your transfers increased, you know, as people buy more of your players if they've done well. Fair enough to keep your team price overall. But I think it's the beginning of the end if the FPL begin to pander to the community too much to try and keep another night. We've had 9.2. I remember when it was only 6 million players, 7.2. Every year it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So listen, I think the problem is more towards the person. They're lazy. Life's got in the way. They can't keep control of their chips. They're bored. They want to take a chance. And the thing at FPL, to be a good manager, you don't do these things just to take a chance, especially not early on. You hold everything back until the end, until you get them double game weeks. And now people want to have a bench boost. There's a load of people out there pissed. They're miffed off that they don't have a bench boost. They've played it already and they still want one. It's, oh, everybody's got a bench boost this week. I'm screwed. You know, loads of people have a free hit. I don't have it. But I don't want another free hit because I don't want anything more that I was entitled to. So like if they get if the casual player gets a 50-50 call wrong, then they quit in anger, they get miffed off. And I don't think it's our problem. People who take this thing serious and love it the way it is, it's not our problem that, you know, we have to keep all these other dudes. Is it to do with advertising? They want more footfall. The FPL for advertising, I don't know. Well, I felt like quitting 2 or 3 times this season. The Oracle helped me through, you know, Vinny, don't do it. But after Dennis from Watford, he got sent off against Norwich and that 3-0. And I had him double captain. I had a -2 or whatever it was. And that was the first of his double game weeks back in Gameweek 23, back in late January. I was going to delete the fucking thing. I had the laptop. I was looking how to do it. And I'm meant to be taking this serious, and I do a blog every week. I had a few beers, and I fell asleep, the laptop on, and I woke up and I was, still miffed off. But yeah, loads of people feel like quitting. Everybody does. Andy from FPL, Let's Talk FPL, he can't wait till the end of the season's over, and we can chill out. But actually, I'm going to enjoy the last 3, and then we can chill out. So, chip changes this season. You know, as I said, I love the bench boost. You can get a mega haul, 15 doublers. I won't have 15 doublers, but I'll have probably about 12, maybe 13 doublers. 1 or 2 probably won't all play. So I have to look in and make sure. I want to get guys that are playing now. So it looks like the bench boost is the most likely to be dropped this coming season. And what could happen is for the first 18 game weeks, you'll have the wild card, the free hit, and the triple captain. And then after game week 18, game week 19, you get the same again: wild card, free hit, and triple captain. People might be, oh, that's an amazing idea, it's great. The people that kind of gave up, it won't give them a reason to give up, because after Christmas they have all these chips again. You know, it's not really grown up thinking at all. Like, that's like give more candy to the children. But okay, I don't know where are we going to end up with this. You guys can mull it over and think maybe it could be something to consider if we have more of this COVID stuff occurring. So there's also a talk of a false 9 chip. Like, there was an all-out attack chip that was there was a triple captain bench boost and the free hit, and I think there was no triple captain. I think the triple captain came in. There was an all-out attack, I think, originally. I'm not sure if there was, but anyway, the all-out attack is where you could have 2 defenders and then 5 midfielders and 3 strikers, and there's only 1 chip, but they got rid of that, and I think they brought in, could be the free hit. It's one or the other. I think it could have been the free hit. I think the triple captain was always there in the bench boost and the wild card, and I think the free hit did come in to replace the all-out attack. But to get rid of the bench boost, they're thinking, there's talk of this false number 9 chip where you don't play any strikers and you have 5 midfielders and you play all your 5 defenders. I don't like that at all. I think that's totally negative. I think I'm still playing with 3 strikers, but all this top 10,000, they're all like, they're like a 1 striker in Ketia, and the rest of them are all defenders and all. It could backfire extraordinary. I know it's the era of wing backs. I know it is, and that's the way it's been now for the last two years, I would say. But definitely this year and last year, it's all about the attack and wing backs. I don't like that option. I had false, unless there was more options to a false number 9. Could you play 4 attackers? I just think it's just too messy, all that change of formation. You could, at the moment, you could play 2 midfielders, 5 defenders, 2 midfielders, three forwards, and that they added that last year, I think. So fair enough, they can just add that free, false number 9, just like that. Give it to us. To give us that option for a bench boost, it would be appalling. And I will be appalled if that bench boost goes. I can't. For me, I don't believe it's the worst chip. I think it's one of the best chips, if it's not the best chip. Next, so I would be extremely gutted and miffed off, because I just like the thought of setting up your team a few weeks out, seeing that you got a big double game week, and try to get some guys in your bench. That's another interest of the game for me. That's what I like about this game, is the preparation. But people don't want to prepare anymore. There's talk of people like, oh, I have 7 guys and they're flagged and I want them out now, but I got no free hit. Oh, this game is rubbish, and quit and temper, and they go on Twitter and badmouth the whole lot. That's a sign of them. That's a sign of them that they're rubbish players. Just leave us alone. Fine, go play some other team, some dream team. Right. There's also talk of a twist, a captain twist. This one, the second one here. And basically, say if Salah, as he did against Newcastle, came on for the 1 point and you've got 2 points, well, there can be an option if you activate it. This could be just a captain twist, actually. This could be a chip in itself instead of the bench boost. I'm not so sure. I still don't like it, because say if your vice captain has only got 5 points, and if the 5 is the minimum that you can, if your captain finishes below 5 points, then you have the option to captain twist, and whether you can have the option to throw it on any of your players that have started, the top 11. That could be interesting. So that could be a chip option. Where you obviously, after the game week's done, that's when you have to do it, or it's automatically done. I don't think you can plan that in advance and activate it and then have the game week and say, because both of them could be rubbish, and that's just even worse. So that's the mooting there, that your vice captain can automatically, maybe in the future it could be just something that they could integrate in the algorithm, and okay, your captain's done baloney, but your vice captain can save you. So it doesn't have to be a chip either. This can be integrated automatically. And so is the false number 9. That can be integrated automatically, the same as what they've done with the 5-2-4. Is it 5-2-3? Yeah, 5-2-3 formation that they brought in last season. Nobody said anything about that, but you can do it. That's a change from the original. And what's the last one? I haven't mentioned it here. 6 chips. Yeah, we've got the 6 chip options. The 3. I'm just a traditionalist with this thing. If you mess around it too much, you could end up losing the crux people that are into this. I'd probably go with it, the 6 chip option. What's the difference? We've had a free, we've had 5 chips this year, so I suppose 6. But I'm hoping they'll just leave it at that, as long as I still have the bench boost. So the other thing is oh yeah. Yeah, say if this is another thing as well. Say any player you have in your team and they only come on as a cameo. We'll say Jota's come on. The other option is that they can do is whoever's on your bench, they can come in automatically to replace them. Probably if they've scored more than the 1 point. So say if Jota's got an assist when he came on, 5 points, but your dude has got 6 points on the bench. It's Harry Kane or whoever it is, Broya. He's on the bench. He's your first sub. He scored a goal. He's got 6 points plus 2 bonus. He's got 8. Jota, he didn't play the full 90 minutes. He came on a cameo. I, that's possible. But the way things are going is that it's going to be mega points, and I'm not totally poo-pooing that idea anyway. That automatic, as long as you don't get the Jota point. Like if you're getting the Jota point, and then you're getting the 8 points from Bro or 9 points, so that's 12 players in the team you're getting for that. I don't believe in that. So yeah, so this has been a crazy enough episode, guys. That's the latest rigmarole and carry on in the FPL universe. Just an indicator. Been watching a lot of blogs, a lot of videos. They've been mooting a lot of ideas. Been watching it over the last few hours. I'm just sharing my opinion on all this baloney. They can do what they like to the game. Just don't take away my bench boost. That's all. Is that for me? The most fun of it is planning from a month out when you know you've got them fixtures and you know teams are in the quarterfinals and they're going to miss Premier League games. And yeah, the free hit's been a great introduction. That came in for the all-out attack. I remember now because people were complaining that they had like 3 players playing when there was like 4 games on and they had no way to. That was actually a good introduction. The free hit's been a massive success. Triple captain, I like it as well. But if everyone captains the same captain dude, it's basically non rubbish. It's all about having a differential captain for your trip cap. So yeah, that's about it. I don't mind any of the other options, but that's just to give you, if you haven't kept up to date or heard anything going on, you've heard it here with the guru. So give us a like, subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys. Makes all the difference. Getting a bit of feedback, and yeah, what's the latest going on in West Ham and the football? Just always like to kind of just refresh that. Halftime. Yeah, still 1-0 to Roma at halftime. And the other match, what is it? Okay. Yeah, Leicester City winning. It's 1. West Ham 1-0, so 2 1-0s. Oh, West Ham in massive trouble. That's just a problem with Europe. I've said that before. It's just I've been there as a Spurs fan with this Europa baloney. It just drives you around the bend. It ruins your whole season, and you wonder why in God's name are you in this stuff. It's okay if you win it, but how many you have? 50 odd teams in each competition. I know it's a bit negative way of looking at things, but the league is the be all and end all for me. It's even finishing 5th is phenomenal. It's still even in a way. 4th would be ecstasy, but to languish down in the middle table, 11, 12, when you know the European affair, like West Ham were not so long ago, right there in 5th and 4th, and they were 3rd for a lot of the season. And then this Europa comes and destroys them. It's just something the fans will have to learn. Spurs fans have been there and done it. We've been there in that house of pain. And I suppose United as well. They can't be any worse now next season. But we keep saying that. It's finished 2nd, I know, but this has been a total. If they didn't have Ronaldo on that team, they'd probably be down there with Everton. So that's just a final look at where we are. Yeah, just to confirm that Joey does have his free hit left. No, his bench boost. Yeah, he's got his bench boost left. Yeah, I thought he had a free hit. But that's all he's got left. I have a bench boost and Starman's got a bench boost. So yeah, knocking at the door, 80 points. That's going to be too much to get back for me. But I'm just looking at, I prefer to look up tables than looking down. I don't believe in looking down and seeing where other people are. If I was here with Oracle's position, 2,122, and we got Sniper there, the two of them, and then mad tussle. The battle of who got it wrong, Salah and Werner. If they had that captain twist, this is what I'm on about. Kane would be better, and Kulusevski. I don't mind that actually. an automatic thing. So I'm not totally against that. Yeah, so if I was in the Oracle's position or snipers 2000, I wouldn't even be looking at Fergie's, even though he's about 35 ahead. I would be looking straight at Kieran Kiley, 60, and to myself in a way, 60 to 80 points. I always look between 60 to 80 points in the table. Look at what they're doing, and that's my motivation, is to get where they are later in the game weeks. So yeah, it's all strategy and gut feeling, a little bit of, you know, stats, not too much stats. I hate stats. But yeah, that's it, folks. That's all we got there for that one. And God bless. Take care. Thanks for watching. If you stay to the end, great stuff. Hopefully I shared something interesting and not wasted your time. And onwards, upwards for another episode. I'll have to for next season, I want to figure out how to do this a bit more professionally. Anyway, we'll see. Okay, God bless. Take care. Top Dogs out.